Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. What you see here is a picture of what's thought to be the very first blockchain ad running inside the Tokyo trains on the LED screens. This is a project that IBM is involved with, and it's quite interesting. So here we have the entrepreneur from Vancouver, British Columbia. His name is David Katz. He had a vision, and his vision was to use plastic as a bankable currency. 80% of refuse comes from areas with high levels of poverty. Why? Because they do not have an effective waste management system. And that's where his vision, Plastic Bank, comes into play. So the same areas that are high in refuse are also areas that lack bank accounts. So through this blockchain reward system, it's a Hyperledger Fabric on Linux 1 blockchain project, you can actually take plastic to the drop-off centers and then exchange for digital tokens to buy food, water, phone charge credits, etc. It really makes sense. So the scientists predict that more plastic will be in the oceans than fish by 2050. And he's mobilizing the world's poorest communities to clean up plastic waste in return for life-changing goals. I really like it. So there will be deposit centers in 20 to 30 countries when it fully rolls out, and it is an effort to stop that ocean pollution and improve lives. You can see he's pictured here with one of his pickup vans in Indonesia, but I really do wish him the best. All right, one of the big stories coming out of Japan right now is the proposed amendment. And there are 10 actually proposals that they want to make to the financial instrument and exchange law. One of them, which is, I think, being picked up on the West that's most interesting, is they want to change the expression used for cryptocurrency. So they are leaning more towards a standardized expression for international standards in efforts to get it done by the G20 meeting. And this is something that was actually put into some legal clarity from the government back in 2017. And now they want to change the word to crypto asset or cryptographic asset, so they can clearly distinguish it from or prevent confusion with currencies such as the yen or the dollar. And when we look at the kanji, because anytime I use, oh wow, I'm big, well, I just have to deal with it. Anytime I learn a new Japanese word, I'm very interested in the kanji that it uses. So here you have 4 kanji characters that make up an, go, shi, san. And what is even more interesting is the first kanji means darkness or to disappear or shade. The second kanji is nickname or the given name. And here you have assets, capital or funds, and this kanji is products or to give birth. Yeah, it's like mareru. I mean, it's very interesting. So here we have, if you put it together in a very kind of fun way, the name of darkness in the way of capital gives birth. Ango shi san. Yeah, that's the new word for virtual currency. I think the best translation is crypto asset. Sometimes you see some of the articles referring to the cryptographic asset, but I think crypto asset is the best translation for this kanji. And it's all in getting ready for the G20 2019. It's going to be in Japan for the very first time. It happens in Osaka, June 28th and 29th, about 105 days to go. This area of Japan is interesting. it's quite different than Tokyo, actually, in many ways. They have a little bit different dialect. The food is a little bit different. The people are actually extremely friendly and outgoing. It's about 60 minutes by air south of Tokyo, or 2.5 hours by the bullet train. And in this, summit, of course, the G20 will be in attendance, but also there's some very special guests: the Netherlands, Singapore, Spain, Vietnam, the Thailand ASEAN president, the Egyptian AU president, Chile's president of APEC, and the NEPAD president of Senegal is invited. And of course, the UN will be there, the IMF, the World Bank, the WTO, and the World Health Organization. It's a big event. They have a lot of agenda and schedule. But what I think Japan is doing to really promote the culture of the country is really being done with a serious effort. So they've made this PR video, which is interesting. So they are using the kanji wa.
Wa is a word that symbolizes Japan and its culture. Wa expresses various meanings. Wa can mean circle.
So I'm not going to play the whole thing for you, but it's a great PR video. I'll put a link to it down in the description below. And if you're interested in seeing that in its entirety, please have a look. Okay, so yeah, it'll be really, I think, a great opening view of Japan for the up-and-coming Olympics that will be here in 2020. So I know that they're going to put their best foot forward. All right, and speaking of best foot forward, the digital nomad investor, a fellow expat living here in Asia, he is in Thailand. He's going to have his very first premiere and live stream from Thailand. Well, you got to check your time, because my time is different than your time. I'll put a link down in the description below, but it does happen very soon, like within the next 24 hours. I wish him all the best. We have seen a lot of new people in the YouTube space, and it's fun to see everybody having fun in this space. All right, and a shout out to Tore-chan. Tore-chan, arigatou gozaimashita. Ureshii. Subarashi desu. He is a Japanese XRP community member, and he made this beautiful illustration. This, of course, is Dr. Trump. And then there is Tiffany Hayden. And I am peeking from the back. I love blue. I love jewelry. I don't know how you knew, but it's perfect. I look very stylish. And then this is Witsi-Win. He is the superstar in the XRP community for sure, hands down. I'm going to put the links to all of their Twitter handles in the description, because all three of these, I don't deserve to be in this group, because all three of them are seasoned in a very good way and have been a trusted source in the community for much longer than I have been. So I think that if you are following XRP, these three are absolutely essential in your source of information. Okay, I think we're going to jump right to the fluff. So in Japan, there is a very strong, what they call otaku, kind of geeky following for trains. And I never really understood it until I moved here. It really is because that the train culture is quite serious and deep, and it's so much of the lifestyle and so much of everybody's lives actually center around the train in so many different ways. That's probably a whole nother video, but in this one I want to show you something that kind of happened very special this morning. In the Japan railways, they carry about 9 8.1 billion passengers a year. To give you some comparison, Germany only carries about 2.2 billion. So that does include the subways and the rails on top. So it's home to about, 46 of the top 50 busiest stations in the world. Can you imagine? 46 of the top 50. And the punctuality here is not in minutes. It is done in seconds. I'm not exaggerating. So Japan got their first train in 1872. It's actually, the style of that train was a steam engine, and it's on display at the Shimbashi station, which I'm going to actually go to this evening. It's on the east side, and you can take a look at that particular train. So I think the train culture started very early here in Japan, and because it's such an integral part of everybody's life, there is just so much love for a new style that debuts. And I just also wanted to share that even food is designed around the train. So this is called ekiben, and it is a boxed bento, of course. Eki meaning station, and it is designed and available specially at the stations. In fact, if you go to Tokyo Station, this is the display of the selection of nearly 50, I think it's about 50 different ekiben that you can take with you on the train to eat. That is the whole thing. You don't eat it at the station, but you eat it when you're on the train, and it's very fun to do. It makes your train ride, a special event. So here is the debut. This is the new train that just pulled out of the station this morning in Ikebukuro. So it pulled in at 7:12 and it left promptly at 7:33. Look at this. It's got a rounded kind of Airstream styling. It's completely silver, and they even gave it a red carpet send-off. It's appointed beautifully on the inside. Take a look at this. It has features that are very much like an airplane. The windows are very wide too. They are 1.5 meters wide, which is about 4.5 feet. So they are, and look at these fold-out tables. And the interior looks very much like an airplane, except with a lot more leg room. And you can see they even have the electric charge here. And if I show you another picture, the color was surprising to me, but I think I really like it. Yeah, it's so nice. And then, of course, we have to take a look at the bathroom. Of course, too, it has a Japanese washlet, and it has the soft yellow paint again to tie in the whole yellow theme. What a nice new debut. So if you come to the area of Tokyo, you can take the Seibu line and take the express. It's called Love You. All right, everybody, that's all I have for you today. Do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.